So the first thing to think about in a negotiation is, for you, what are your interests? What are your needs and goals and hopes and fears? What is it you want? There's a lot of people, when I'm in mediation and you ask people, okay, well, what is it you want? People have no idea. They haven't really thought about it. It's like, well, how can you solve your problem if you don't really even know why it is you're doing things? And having your own interests and understanding them really leads to having options. If you know what you want, you can say, well, there may be a lot of different solutions to getting it. So I just put this picture in. This is a sort of stereotypical negotiation, is like, people have positions. I want $500. And then if you ask them why do you need $500? They'll say, well, you drove over my fence and it's going to cost $500 to fix it. So that's the interest, is that I need to fix my fence. And I could say, well, my brother fixes fences and he'll do it and he'll make it as good as new and you won't have to pay anything. So now I've had an option of, the options are all the things that solve your interests that you may not have thought of. So typically as an engineer, we come in and say, here is the right answer. We need to program this in C++. And then you'd say, well, like, why? You say, well, if I have to learn some other language, it'll take me 6 months to learn that language, but I already know C++, so I can do it in 3 weeks. So you have to get to, I teach a moderating design dispute in one of the design courses, 2009, and it's really just helping people understand why people want what they want. Okay. So now we're getting to the negotiations. So the first things you're going to do is talk amongst yourselves. Then you're going to have negotiations within your company as it grows, and you're going to have to talk to people outside your company, not just your customers, but your vendors, your people that you work with and collaborate with. So you're going to have all kinds of negotiations. So we talk about the kinds of negotiations the founders should have. And I've divided into 3 parts. One is first questions, and we'll get to these in details. Everybody's heard of a founders agreement, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And then there's the team agreement. So first questions are really, why are you doing this? What does success look like? And what are you giving up to do this venture?